So many of Escher's tessellations, and you'll notice that he uses birds and fish and a lot of animals, horses and that kind of thing. And they're a lot more complicated than what we have here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with some sort of character, some sort of design that I can use. And I'm kind of going to go along with what Escher did and go along with this shape here. This is my original shape, as you can see, like that. Okay, and I found that I look and I see this fish design, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and keep it as simple as him. Just use lines to create kind of a pattern. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines, and I think I'm going to kind of try and do the same thing here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so then I can do that with all the other ones. And then this part here look kind of like a dorsal fin. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe get a little curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a lower fin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the key with all the tessellations is that each one of the characters either looks perfectly the same, okay, in the case of the lizards or a couple of the other ones. Other ones where he makes it look like two different animals. I'm not quite that skilled yet with the tessellations, so I'm gonna go ahead and just keep with the fish design. We'll put a big eye there. There's my nose. And then we're just gonna give him a little smiley face. He's a happy fish, okay? And then we'll use this to create the gills. And then a fish definitely needs scales. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build off of back here. And this is where, for lack of a better terms, I really didn't mean to create the pun, but scale will come into play. So if I made these scales really, really big, they wouldn't really make sense on something this small. So it is going to be a little bit tedious to do this. However, that is the sacrifice we make for our art. Okay, so we've got to continue making these scales to the proper scale. In other words, the right size for this size fish. And I'm just kind of going over, and I'm like kind of a brick pattern in a sense, so that it meets up with half the other side. In other words, you may not be able to see that in here, but as I go here, my next one goes halfway across, and then it goes and meets the tip or the top of the roundness of the next one over, and I just continue that until it fills it all the way in. Now, of course, I'm not going to make you guys watch me fill in every single one of my fish here that I've got, but you get the idea. And then once I get this one all filled in, I can then move on to the next one. So just like that. Yeah, maybe give him some eyelashes. Make it fun. It doesn't have to be a real fish, doesn't have to be, you know. Okay, so there's my design, all right? And then if I rotate this, just like we did before, okay, I can then start filling this in again. Now what you'll notice is that the design that I've got here for this top dorsal fin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, as I fill that in, that's going to create a new pattern. Okay, and so patterns are found all over the place. They're found in the scales, they're found in the bones or the lines of the tail fins and all that kind of stuff. So use your patterns and it should be pretty interesting. I'll fill the rest of this in and you can see how it comes out in the end.